Hey everybody, welcome back to C.I.K Gaming. Today's video, I'm just going to be talking about only one thing. I'm going to show you maybe do it in a showcase it in an arena. Two things I want to show you. One is my new love of 4.4 gear, why I'm using it. I'll show you a price difference between 4.4 and 5.3, and the reason that I use now pretty much only tier 4. Okay, so the main reason that I pretty much only use tier 4 is because of the value of it. And here, let me show you in the market. Let me queue it for a match so you guys can see how 4.4 does in crystal in terms of the damage and pressure and things like that. But there's two factors. So I like to wear everything that I craft. Okay, let's just go to weapons. Let's look at kingmakers. Okay, so we look at a kingmaker. Flat tier 4, 34, 44. Okay, so it's a good jump. So about for this, roughly this item power, okay, 1200 without any bonuses. It's about $1 million, almost, no matter what we're talking about. Okay, so the game is set up for an IP at a price point. I'm gonna show you where that IP that system comes from first, and then I'll talk about why I'm using 4.4. So with spec, your 4.4 gets up there to, you know, 1400, 1500. I think the max would probably be 1600 if you had like 100 spec across everything in your whatever. So hang on, let me find. All I gotta do is find a refining station. Perfect wood. This is where all of the price points. This is the point. This is where everything becomes. This is basically the price point. So if we come down here and we look at 4.4 versus 5.3, it's much less. But not, it's a little bit less. It's a little bit less. It's about 3,000 silver less, because even though this number says 27,000 for 2, right? So you take 2 of these, it turns it into a log. You get 2 logs into 1. When you get to tier 5, it goes the 5 is 3 to 1. Okay, so it's 3 to 1. You go up to tier 6, and then it's 4 to 1. You go up to what's up, man? And by the time you make it to tier 8, it's 5 to 1. Okay, so it's a scaling increase in how much it's going to cost you. Hey, buddy. It's a scaling increase going up in how much it's going to cost you to get that item power. Now, if we just simply look, if we don't look at the transmutable aspects, we just look at the raw, then it's a bit different, because now it turns into a gathering system. Now it's just gathering materials. Well, I can take 5 minutes and gather anything that I need tier 4 related. Come over here, go over here and get my tier 3, tier 2, 3, and 4 leather, tier 2 and 3 wood, leather, tier wood, metal, fiber. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to you as a player being able to craft items that are good, that you can use in content, that's also cheap. Now this number right here is also inflated. That 1 million. See, it's also inflated, because when I craft an item, like when I craft an item, let's see, let me go. So let's just say, let me go craft, let's look on the market real fast. I don't do this because I don't care for the flipping systems of the game, but I actually figured out how to do it now. So let's say 4.4. Let's check out a Hellfall. So Hellfall right now, the 7.4 4.4s are 700,000. Now just check the tier 8. 1.3 mil. Massive difference. Massive difference. Why? This thing's a lot more expensive. What? This is not any more expensive. What the fuck? Very, very small price point difference. But it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. Almost the same base level IP. It's still 1200. The only thing you miss is you miss the. You're gonna miss this. See that 38% mastery modifier? That's the bonus that the armors get based on their tier. So it's a 0. It's 0 for tier 4, right? It's 5% or 10% for me because I have more than one thing leveled up. Let me look at something I don't have any staff in, any spec in. We did great. I'll show you the thing real fast. Now we go tier 5. See that mastery modifier is base level 0.4, and it goes up.
Hey, throw it away now.
Oh shit. So, and it keeps going up 5, 10, 15, 20. So up tier 8 you get a 20% flat bonus to the gear that you're using. That's it. That's the differences between it. So the benchmark for IP in this game is factored into it's only 3 tiers. The way I look at it, there's a flat tier 4, bare bones, cheapest to craft, cheapest to gather for anybody. Got it. Then we have the transmutable system. So the highest this can be is 4.4, which is tier 8. It's not even quite tier 8, but that's okay. And then we have 8 plus. So, I'm not close enough to build. So now, if we're looking at tier 3, this is a tier 8 equivalent. Again, but now what happens is you need tier 5 stuff. But the IP, let me look at, let's do life touch. Because I have good spec in that. So, 13, I'm sorry. So we get 14, 65, whatever. 14, so it's the same, but it's cheaper. Same thing for tier 6. So tier 6.3 stuff is really the base, because it's like the middle of the ground when it comes to IP. This is above the middle of the ground. So flat, it's 4, then tier 8, then 8.4. So if you're able to get IP numbers that are kind of around that benchmark, and the way you can tell that is when you come into Crystal, anything over 1,000 is the middle of is the middle. The highest you're going to see is usually like 1110 or 1120. Those are guys in those are guys running all 8.4 with everything in the tree maxed out. That's a very tiny difference to spend millions and millions and millions of silver on. Hundreds of millions. And just like normal, I got a nice little simple play there. But the price point is kind of all. The whole point, the only point that I'm trying to make, okay, is that there's a lot of simple ways to play the game. One of the things, I think, and for me it's like the most important thing, right? I missed him, but I interrupted his spellcast. That's okay. that'll work just fine. So even though I'm in 4.4 gear, it's a strong build. I know how this build works, and I use it well, I think. And so for me, 4.4 represents the best of the shitty gear. And this is what I'll be using from now on, with one exception. If I wanted the best gear for the price point, it would be 6.3. Just 6.3 gear is the best for the price point. Kind of. But since I've started doing pretty much all open world, or at least maybe not all, but I've started doing a lot more lethal content, and I've basically, I've done some solid testing on, like, maybe what I would call, I've done some really good testing on, basically, what's the best way to explain it? Just on just open world stuff, man. And in the open world testing, I've been able to take 4.4 gear and have 8.4 players running for their life. Or countering 8.4 damage with 4.4 healing. Right? And this is open world. This is no IP limits. You know, this is... And basically, your gear matters, but so does the build, and so does the teamwork. And the teamwork being one of those, like, hyper critically important things in a game, any game really. I understand it. So because I understand that simple aspect now better than I pretty much ever have before, I won't be spending a lot of money. I won't be spending a lot of money and stuff. I just won't be spending a lot of money and stuff anymore on my builds. And the other thing is, this is one of the more disappointing aspects, is when I was doing all my crafting, right? The crafting of the game is like this. So if you want to, so let me show you my board real fast. So I got tier 8 leather crafting, right, for boots. If I wanted to have these boots if I want to craft these at tier 8, I can, but I have to go gather the materials. You know how hard it is to find? It's not hard to find it, but you know how long it takes to gather it? Just to get a base level 5, 1500 IP. If you don't live in the black zone and gather constantly, it's going to be very hard to supply yourself with tier 8 gear. Tier 6 is different. You can find tier 6 stuff, right? But again, we're looking at a benchmark number that's only 1500, bro. So and basically the IP of something. So 1.2 mil. So let's go 7.2. 1 million. 1500 IP. So the IP is basically pretty much locked in at a certain numerical, like a dollar value. The only difference being that 5, 10, 15, and 20% bonus you get per the tier. But that shit doesn't matter. Your gear needs to do two things. One, you need to be able to use it and play with it. It also needs to be cost effective. This is one of the things that makes it cost effective to me. In 8.4, that number right there is 30,000. Do you see what I'm saying? So do a crystal arena in 8.4 gear, do 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them, chain them back to back, and then end up with a 145,000 repair cost for running crystal arena. Not to mention, if you do anything in the open world and you die, God, go out in the open world and die, that's easy 300 to 500k depending on. But with this build, to me this is the funnest number in the game, because the IP is based on your master. Hello. Fight me! Red players. Always smoke them. It's the funnest IP in the game. Easy. He has no cooldown reduction. Except for his food, which is not enough. You dumb shit. God damn it. That was a... I'm going to show up... Alright. Second point of the video is... Thinking 1 second. Just the purge one. Is he a Crypt Candle? No, he's not, but he's got the... Yeah, he's got fucking damage. Okay. So... This is a 3-man, super awesome team. Absolutely going to annihilate if you let them. Now this guy right here, this is the problem when you know all the top Crystal Arena players, is... Dumbass. When you know all the top Crystal teams, they're almost never gonna let you have an easy game if you come across them. Make sure you stand in the fire. Super important. And this is the biggest reason. Hang on. So I see their little cute combo. Don't let my cleric robes turn on. Motherfucker, dude. This is basically a really good, so look, even though the team that I'm up against, or even though my teammates have pretty good gear, this is where you can tell the difference between people who know how to play versus people who don't, right? These are all good players, gold 3s and gold 4s, but they see a comp that they don't understand and they don't know what to do. They have no concept of what they're actually attempting to do right now. They have no clue what they're trying to do. What plays can be made, how they can do anything, nothing. They have no clue what they're doing. So they have no sense of helping each other. And they're not bad. But most people simply hide behind their gear score and get carried into the higher ranks. They don't typically make the actual individual plays that are responsible for winning and ranking up. This is one of the reasons that I really like to be a healer. It's the one role that you as a solo player, you can actually make the biggest difference. Not everything in the game can actually solo. It's like, why is he not? He's not healing. See, I'm able to outplay their damage, so now the focus comes back to me, which is fine. I can handle it. It's also one of those really funny things. Other YouTubers, and myself included, have noticed that it's a system where C.I.K is the his last year he was #1 ranked. Dude, it'd be so funny to come back and beat him. But the reason I generally heal is I make a much bigger impact over games when I actually play healer. I have far more of it. I have far more impact. I have far more impact as a healer. Good 3 cap. And it may not make any sense for most people, but I'm a pretty good healer. Mainly for 2 reasons. One is I'm able to optimize my builds so that I can do one of 2 things really good. I can either out heal the shit out of people, so I can try to out heal the basic damages that they have. So some of the simpler builds, they don't work. Some of the simpler damage builds, they don't work against me the same way, just because I can out heal. Which may not sound like a big deal, but Holy has usually the very distinct disadvantage of taking a lot of damage. Of taking a lot more damage, being harder to survive, but it has the advantage of being able to keep my homies alive. Like I can't heal you through everything. All I can do is heal through some damages. Totally out of energy right now. It sucks because somebody's about to die. So we have a lead. Pushing them pretty good. I'm in 4.4 by the way. Should not be having any kind of advantages at all. What's he doing? Who's he going for? Okay, if you're gonna run away, you're not getting healed. No damage whatsoever from the fire staff. Don't dodge the heals. Watching for Syntech. He's the big pressure that's always coming at me. All right, good. This is a great opportunity to cap. Cap. Basically, I make a substantially bigger difference when I'm healer than when I do DPS. Because I understand all of the weapons of the game and all of their damage values from the perspective of healer. What I've been trying to learn and trying to get better at is my open world PvP. So thank you, Throwin, because you've actually turned me into a fucking monster now that I'm a healer. I just haven't wanted to do any videos recently. I haven't really wanted to do any videos, definitely not of Crystal Arena. And we got a kill, let's go. Simple damages with good, I see before, and this is another thing too, before I found this weapon, I truly would have believed that the healer is not as important. I no longer feel that way. I now feel like the healer role can be the most important on a team. Just like truthfully. So you can't it's pretty much impossible to out heal at 8.4, and he's really good too. This is one of the best healers you're gonna find in the game. But with my new healing system, I'm able to maybe not out heal his total healing number, but I'm able to keep people alive once they figured it out, man. Good game, man. Good game. All that from 4.4. All that from 4.4. Nope.